about this?
A nervous wreck. I'm a nervous wreck right now because they're not telling us anything. The police didn't even want to let me come through. Then talk to the news. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I need to know because we've been going back and forth for all this week. Because
Sorry, guys. You're getting this as I'm getting
What's
it.
going to be your reaction? You'll see your granddaughter okay,
trying to get set up
presumably
here.
in a little while. How thankful will you be when that
I'll
happens?
be grateful. God knows I will be grateful just to know that she's okay. Because there's been so much going on at this school this last week with her and other kids bullying her and everything, just to know that she's okay.
What do you think about this family of this boy right now that's been shot in critical condition at Le Bonheur?
My heart goes out to him. My heart goes out. I pray that he make it. It's a sad situation. It's a very sad situation. And I pray to God that this child make it. The kids don't deserve this. They don't deserve. They need to do better with these schools. They really do.
This is the latest in just another child.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I forgot my headphones. Why does somebody remind me to put headphones on?
Especially in South Memphis. What do you make of this? Just this epidemic of children being shot.
It's sad. This world.
You know why? Because my headphones suck.
These children,
I hate them.
Even have to carry guns to school to do things like this. I mean, it could be anybody.
How unfortunate is it? We're thinking about an elementary school. These kids should be learning. Instead, this whole area is surrounded by crime tape. How do you make sense of that?
I don't make no sense of it. There's no sense of it. It don't make sense of it at all. They need to get better security. They need to, these children, they need to do more, have more guidance, first and foremost. Not only here at school, but at home too. Because it's ridiculous. Like I said, we've been coming back and forth up into this school because of my granddaughter being bullied from 8th graders at that.
What grade is your granddaughter in?
In the 5th.
In the 5th grade. What do you hope will come out of this for the neighborhood, for the schools, to make things better?
Praise to God, it gets better. I hope that they get more security in these schools, more security around in this area, period. When children got to come home, walking home, fighting and all of that, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. They need more security.
Ma'am, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No. I just hope and pray that my grandbaby all right. The child
I do too.
Is at the hospital now, been transported. I pray that he be okay. God be with their family.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. All right, John, so you just heard there. That's just kind of a microcosm of what many parents and grandparents are feeling this hour around the Cummings Elementary School community. I mean, you can only imagine the unrest, the nervousness. They're still waiting on official word.
It sounds a little messed up. I'm going to try to fix it if I can, hopefully.
Not only has the child been shot and taken in critical condition to Le Bonheur Children's Hospital, according to MPD, the schools were relocated to a staging location. So we're still working on getting the details of that because this shooting impacts
sorry.
Child and his family.
I didn't do that. I did. Golly, what's wrong with me?
Community, John.
All right, our Brad Broders, we're going to let you hit the ground and gather more information and perhaps talk to more parents who are out there, obviously worried, easily to understand why.
South Memphis, so where is this?
When I got the call, I was out grabbing lunch, and when I heard school shooting, I know my heart immediately just sunk. It just dropped. Wondering, where did this happen and if anyone was seriously hurt. So, again, Brad Broder, see what you can get on the ground there. We'll check back in with you here in a little bit.
There's another one. Let me find
on this shooting. We have Brittany Moncrief on her way to Le Bonheur to update us on the condition.
Nashville, of all places, had a feed on this. Let me try to find it, too.
Gather details to let us know what is playing out at Le Bonheur, but we can tell you that Shelby County Schools is acknowledging what happened here. They sent us a statement saying that they are aware of this incident at Cummings K-8 and will share preliminary information as soon as possible. The school, again, currently on lockdown as a safety precaution. Parents have been notified of the situation, and the district says that they're working with Shelby County
this is weird.
And
we're watching is ABC 24. It's showing us one person on their thing watching.
Coming down from Shelby County School.
Nashville.
If you're just joining us here on ABC 24. Just want to
News 4 NBC has 40 people watching.
Cummings Elementary School. Around 9:15 this morning, we learned that a male student was shot. He is currently in critical condition at the hospital at Le Bonheur. We're waiting to get further details from that scene here. That's coming up here in just minutes. We are told that students and staff members at Cummings Elementary are currently in a secure area. Here's what we know about Cummings Elementary right now. We know that it is a K-8 optional school. We know that this is in South Memphis. Again, 495 students who attend that school. Let's get back to Brad Broders. He is on the scene for us right now. Brad, who are you talking to? What are they saying?
An optional school. What does that mean?
Witnesses right here on the ground tied to
their sound. Memphis's sound is awful.
I have a daughter go here, and I have another daughter and a grandbaby.
All who go to Cummings Elementary. What have you heard about what's going on right now? What have you learned about the situation inside the school right now?
Only thing I heard that my daughter had texted me and told me it was a little boy in her classroom that was shot, and she said, "Mama, come and get me."
You're hearing the
I love that.
Inside the classroom.
Inside what she told me.
Inside the school?
Inside the school. I don't know if it was actually inside the classroom, but she know a little boy got shot. She said that little boy in her classroom got shot.
Do we know what grade that boy who was shot was in?
I think she's in the 8th, so he got to be in the 8th grade.
8th grade. So we don't know right now potentially if that was another student.
His volume is awful. Listen to that crackling.
The building.
According to her, both of the kids attend this school. So, yeah, both of the kids attend the school.
I love these mamas.
Your niece is in 8th grade. I'm sorry, ma'am. That's right. You just told me that. So, ma'am, how are you dealing with this right now, knowing what happened so close potentially to your daughter?
It's heartbreaking that your daughter have to call you and let you know that she's been in it's an active shooter in the school and a little boy got shot. The school didn't alert us. My child did. If she not had her phone in the building, I would.
That's crazy, isn't it?
I would have.
Isn't that wild to think that?
Or either from the news.
Now, we're still sorting out all the specifics. We're going to get those. But if it was, in fact, a shooting inside the building, as your daughter was telling you, what kind of changes needs to be made security?
Oh, come on. Dude, this is not the time to ask that.
Once the kids enter the building, they have to walk through, I think they might walk through a metal detector. But I think when they are late for school, they don't have to go through the metal detector. And they need to change. It needs to be a security at that building. In front of the building.
Okay, now listen to what she says.
They come to school 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. It still needs to be somebody there all day.
Man, what was running through your mind just when just your initial reaction from when your daughter alerted you what happened?
I was just shaking because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how serious.
Knoxville had a school shooting this past when was that? April, May? The police shot a guy, a kid. And what happened was the kid left.
Yeah.
And his friend let him in the side door, and he came in with a gun.
Got you. And your daughter's name is?
Jasmine Holloway.
All right. Thank you so much. Anything else you'd like to add right now, just about and the feelings of this child as well?
Yeah. I'm just praying for the family, for the child that got shot.
And you know, they're all praying for him. So all you naysayers out there, they go, "Oh, hopes and, or was it prayers and thoughts?" You know what? Yeah. Pray.
We're trying to keep our kids safe in this building with COVID, but they bring a gun to school. That's worse.
All right,
they need to bring prayer in the school because prayer do work. They need to bring prayer back.
Bring prayer back to school. Yes. You tell them.
What you know right now, according to your daughter, what is your
I love her.
Okay, my daughter told me, she texted me, but I was at the tag place getting my tag. She said, "Mom, come and get me." She tried to call me. I tried to call her back. She said they weren't letting her use her phone. So she texted me and said, "Mom, come and get me." And I said, "I'm on my way." I said, "What happened?" She said, "A little boy just got shot in my school, in my class, one in his classroom." So I hurry up. All I know, I dropped everything I was doing. I probably could have got a speeding ticket, but I came up here to get my baby.
And
you guys busy, man. Don't
flip this camera around. Thank you so much, ma'am. John, this is live pictures right now. You can see these children are getting on the bus. As you mentioned a couple of minutes ago, John, this is a K-8 school, so you can see these children right here are getting on a bus. John, I mean, let's not lose sight of this image right now, Elvis. If you're I assume you're in on the crime tape being lifted. I mean, these are elementary school children that are being transported on a bus, going underneath crime tape of an active shooting.
Yeah, I mean, this happened in
not be
Rogersville.
Normal in any community, any neighborhood in Memphis, Shelby County, the Mid-South.
This happened in Rogersville, like
the images that we are seeing
a month ago.
going underneath crime tape.
First day of school.
As this light rain continues, getting on school buses. This is a situation going on right now, John. It's quite a scene, John.
And Brad, certainly heartbreaking as well, as you can see the images of those kids getting
warming up
on
to
the
something
bus,
big, I'm
going from
guessing.
that staging area
So you think
for
that
safety to the bus. Then you also hear the stories from
it's
those
just like
frantic
optics,
parents
like
outside the school
seeing what the
wondering
reaction
if
is and everything?
their child is okay or shaken up by what they may have seen or heard inside the school. If you're just joining us, you just
That's something
heard,
I like to
Brad
address
Brodus talking with
when we
one
get
of
a
the
chance
parents
to. Is
there.
like on
What this parent
if I could
learned
do
from
more
their
Antifa
child
feeds,
was
because I
that the
love
boy
following
was
how their
shot
tactics
in the
are.
school. We're working to find out if it was in the classroom. This is possibly an 8th grader, but this is a school that features students all the way in K through 8th grade. And again, we're not sure if this was in a classroom where
8th
this
grade
shooting
is
happened or if
14.
it was in the hallway. But certainly a lot of parents are very concerned about the information that they're getting from their children inside the school, calling, wanting to be picked up. And you can easily understand why. Brad, just shakes you to your core.
Well, you gotta come
think
get me. They're
about
shooting
what
people
you're
in here.
hearing and certainly what you're seeing there.
It's just unacceptable, John. I mean, first and foremost, it's unacceptable. I mean, we've been dealing with this epidemic of children being shot. I've been here 6 years. It's been an issue since I've been here. It was an issue before. It's going to be an issue after I'm here in this market. But
after I'm here in this market, boy, that's not the thing to say.
Late summer into the early fall,
that's how you impress your bosses.
I mean, earlier this year.
But now look at this. Let's see if I can go right here.
They were worried that they were going to have a record high of trauma cases that they had to deal
Only
with.
13 people are watching this in Memphis on the Memphis feed.
Being shot and being transported in a trauma situation to LeBonner Children's Hospital.
You know, the other feed's better. The other feed's better. I'm watching it right now. Crud. I need to change this.
Just drew a lot of attention just outside.
Not helping me any. Hang on here. Which one is that? Which one is that? This one. What? Nope, it's that one. Okay. This guy, gotta get him off the sound. And we're gonna go right here. Turn the sound back on.
Walker and College Street,
y'all
not
got that?
far from Lemoyne Owen College at this
All right, so
time.
now this is actually the
Again,
Nashville.
We only know that one child has been taken to the
network.
hospital. Police have not reported any further injuries at this time. But yes, I've spoken to a woman who has great grandchildren that go to this school, who said her children went to this school when they were growing up. She says she's never experienced anything like this.
This lady is not expecting a rainy day in Memphis.
Parents that go to this school, she's just heartbroken by this event and wishes that there was more police present at the school. She feels that may have prevented something like this from happening. Reporting live, Camille Connor, back to you. Mm-hmm.
I think they stay live on her. So we can't hear the other side of Nashville.
Yeah.
They're talking to her.
They've been told to go to Metropolitan Church to pick their children up. That's where the children are being sent. They're being
God bless these little kids.
They're being sent to Metropolitan Church, not far from here.
But that kid right there, he didn't see anything. He's like, "Oh man, I get out of school today."
Streets just moments ago, until police alerted them, saying that the children are being evacuated and taking them to Metropolitan Church. Now there's hardly any parents on this street. They've all gone to that church. So yes, that's where they've been told to pick up their children.
So if you, let's see, I'm going to put that up on the screen. Waste of time. All right, Village Pedo. Yeah, I've not seen. I don't know about any other school shootings. I'm sorry. What I'm gonna do? What was the church? Metro Church.
If Walker is if Somerville is where I think it is, I don't know how we're gonna get there, but right now that street that has all the cops on it is Walker. I'm not sure how we might be able to get to the other side of it if that's where Somerville is.
Okay, so she is not live on the national channel right now.
Street and Walker.
So what you're watching is just the raw video from this feed, and I like that. You know, you kind of get to see what's going on behind the scenes and stuff. Am I?
College Street and Walker. Oh, okay. Wait. So would Somerville be?
They got stacks of
Is Somerville that way?
I don't
that
know.
way?
I'm not familiar with the street. It's one or the other because that is Walker down there.
What was the name of that church? Does anybody want to put up a post here to see if this does? All right, we're gonna do this.
Okay.
Pick him up at the church. I mean, there's got to be only what? Well, Memphis. Memphis has a lot of churches.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Have you heard it? Okay.
That is funny. I like how the camera's still going. He's just walking with it. Fall has not hit Memphis yet. You notice how green the trees are.
But right now we're still seeing as children are being loaded on buses right now.
Go check my Twitter feed. Search. So all right, so ABC News. This is the national news on Twitter. It says what we already know. A boy was shot and is in critical condition at the hospital.
The street.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Where are you trying to go?
They said that there's a media staging area there. I don't know.
I don't know.
Is the highway that way?
Oh, okay, that's what they're looking for. Looking for a media staging area. So there'll be a press conference soon.
I don't know where it is.
I don't know what it is.
Okay. Thank you.
Put a banner up here.
How many bars are on it? No, on
oh.
So your one shot. See what time is it? So it's 11. It was 9. There's 9:30, I think. 10:30. No, it's 10:30. An eighth grader. Could an eighth grader? They're 13, 14 years old, right?
Y'all have been told there's a media staging area.
It's Somerville and Walker. Where's Somerville
I have
and Walker?
no idea.
Y'all not have phones? Somerville and Walker in Memphis. Sorry, I could not type and talk at the same time. I'm just sad. There's no results for. Oh, you know what? I spelled it wrong. That's funny. So I typed in Somerville and Walker in Memphis, and a thing comes up. Husband convicted of murder after wife's decomposing body. Anitra Jones of Somerville. Sorry. It's not. That's not something good there. That's what this says. This is a. All right, what was that? Channel 5. Okay, maybe that's what we're going to switch over here to. Where's let's see what she's doing. She's standing there waiting for the next in between. There's a lot of kids there still loaded up on those buses. All right, so I'm going to go over. I'm going to get one more here I just found. It's another feed. All right, be patient, be patient. I can always stumble through, pretend like I know what's going on, even when I don't, which is 90% of the time. But, we all get there and we have a good time. Now, let's see what's happening over here on Facebook feed. Why is there no sound? There it is.
We want to
it's a lot of sound.
To Camille Connor, because she's going to be discussing just a little bit what she's seen there at the scene where the outside the school, where we've seen in single file lines students lining up, getting onto those school buses, going to, from what we understand, Metropolitan Church to go and meet their family members and their parents from this. The school was on lockdown briefly for a short time. Those students are now being transferred to Metropolitan Church to meet
Metropolitan Church. I got to change that.
To be reunited. Right now, we understand that officers are still looking for the shooting suspect in this case. They say he's a male, he's a juvenile, and they're looking for him.
Oh, they're looking for him.
Victim. The
Well, that's nice. Finally now.
Is at Le Bonheur Children's Hospital and is in critical condition, according to Memphis Police. So this is where Le Bonheur Children's Hospital is, and that is a live picture. We saw Superintendent Joris Ray go through there a short time ago, and we have Camille Connor at the scene. Let's go ahead and listen to her update on the scene.
Right now, Joy, behind me, you're going to see school buses that are loading children onto these school buses to be taken to a church not far from here. That's where parents are going to be able to pick them up at Metro Church, not far from this school at this time. They are being evacuated from the school by police officers. Metropolitan Church, that is where they're being taken right now to hopefully reconnect with their families. Again, we have been told by SES, and I was told here by a police officer, that the school was still on lockdown.
Oh, I don't have the right.
Again,
I don't have the right thing on.
Dozens of children being loaded.
How do I not have the right thing on?
Taken to Metropolitan Church to be picked up.
What happened here?
Parents. Again, I've talked to some parents who were out here earlier who were really concerned.
Bless crud. I'm so sorry. Told you I didn't know what I was doing. Now I'm trying to invite somebody. Share. Screen. Oh, well, they're going back to that. Oh, okay. Well, forget that. I'm going to go back to YouTube. I like it better.
Go right now. That's Dr. Joris Ray leaving Le Bonheur Children's Hospital. He was in there for about 10 minutes. He is now leaving the hospital.
How do you know who the doctor is?
Getting into his car. He was in there for, I would say, about 5 to 10 minutes. And there he is.
Nice Tahoe.
Looks like he is leaving Le Bonheur Children's Hospital. And so that is the superintendent there of Shelby County Schools making a visit to Le Bonheur Children's Hospital, being inside for about 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, they're not going to let him around them.
So just
you can't do anything, dude.
On the superintendent there, perhaps checking in and getting an update on the child who was shot at Cummings K-8 optional school a little earlier this morning, almost 2 hours ago. And so now what we're doing is we're going back and forth here, switching back and forth between Le Bonheur Children's Hospital and the school outside.
All right, what we're going to do is we're going to switch from them to, let's go to this one over here. Because this guy, we're going to put you on mute. We're here. Where did that go?
Teen gunman, shooter, I should say. They're trying to locate that person right now. No other injuries reported at the school.
We're listening to Memphis News, right?
Frantic parents are outside the school working to try and pick up their child, who are, as you can see here, they're being put on school buses at this point. After
so now it's gone to a manhunt
area for their safety. Again, this is certainly news that no one in our community
where's my
wants to hear,
banners?
especially in light of recent events in Collierville after a shooting just last week. It was 7 days ago that happened. This is creating some travel troubles as well. As you can see here on the screen, that police have multiple areas blocked off in front of the school, including Cummings and Walker. We've learned that there is a media staging area. This is where we will be able to get updates from police. And that is happening about a block away at Somerville. Obviously, another area that we are keeping track of is Lobato Children's Hospital, because that is where this child shooting victim was taken, currently in critical condition. We're going to check back with Brad Broders here in just a second.
Oh, man.
But let's check in with meteorologist Chelsea Chandler in the traffic center. Chelsea, this is showing up on your traffic center.
Yeah, it did actually show up as an incident.
Oh, wow.
So just to give you perspective of where this is in the city, if you aren't familiar with where this school is, it is just outside the loop, just outside of downtown Memphis. So when we zoom in, you are going to see, again, some of the other
I know where this is.
In the area. But again, Walker Avenue, that's exactly where we have it shut down at this moment. Again, once they start escorting, I assume they're going to have a police escort for these buses. Again, you're going to have to.
That is not the most flattering outfit I've ever seen.
Right of way, but Macklemore.
I mean, look, you got the slits here. It's a one piece of some kind.
The good news is there are a lot of side streets that you can take.
It's
this is exactly where the school is, exactly where you do not want to be.
She got the makeup on though. She spent the time on the makeup.
There's a large police presence. They're going to be escorting these children in these school buses fairly soon. But again, that is Walker and Cummings. Again, you've got anywhere from Crump Boulevard, you've got Lamar, you've got Macklemore. You could even
Walker Springs around. That's a different job. I'm thinking about Knoxville. Okay, so
and Cummings, that's going to
I used to live in Memphis. So I'm trying to find my way around here.
Of where that is in the city. It is just the south of downtown Memphis, just south of where the 4240 loop is. So that
reminds me. I wonder if I-40, the bridge ever opened up.
Where they block any more roads off. I'll continue to give you updates.
All right, Chelsea, thank you. Let's check back with ABC 24.
Oh, it's down there by 3rd. Okay, I've been on this road.
John, it appears the buses are about to roll out any minute now to that staging location. So we're gonna keep an eye on it right now. But again, just to recap, if you're just joining us, if you just joined in the last couple of minutes, MPD says a child. There's a little situation over there. A child has been shot, taken to Lobato Children's Hospital in critical condition. A parent on the scene a couple of minutes ago telling us that a student was shot by another student somewhere inside Cummings Elementary School. We're working to confirm details. There's going to be a staging area that's set up.
What time is that? Within an hour.
Of exactly what happened.
Well, here's the thing. We know that they're looking for the guy. We know that there is a
presumably grade after grade being loaded on buses behind me. You can see
this goes up to the 8th grade. They said they're looking for a teenager.
Avenue in the heart of South Memphis, Cummings Elementary, a K-8 optional school.
What did I just do to my screen?
A witness on scene, a parent of another student at Cummings, saying that a
shooting
happened inside the building. We do not know if it was in a hallway, a common area of the building, inside an actual classroom. As of this very moment, no suspects have been apprehended according to police. But again, that student is in critical condition at Lobato Children's Hospital. We have
the zoo.
We have a team at where we have.
It was Walker. What was the other road?
We have a team at Bonner. We're right here next to Cummings Elementary School, where still a very fluid situation, a very active situation in South Memphis. We're not far from Lemoyne College, as Chelsea was just giving you some landmarks. We are really in the heart of South Memphis, not far from Stax, not far from Lemoyne Owen. You can see some other staff members are leaving the campus right now, as it appears these buses are going to be going to that staging area any minute now, John.
Walker,
ABC 24's
there's
Brad Brothers on the scene for us there.
Lauderdale Elementary
Let's
School,
flesh out what we know right now.
LaRose
from
Elementary
David Hahn, who
School.
may be joining us here for ABC 24 News Midday at 11 o'clock. Here's what we know. This shooting happened around 9:15 this morning at Cummings KA Optional School. We've learned that one child was shot. That child was taken to
there it is.
Bonner Children's Hospital in critical condition at this hour. Students and faculty were moved to a staging area. This was for their safety. We have since learned and have seen with our own eyes that some of those students were being taken from that area onto school buses. Those buses were in front of the school. You saw a lot of that play out as we checked in with Brad.
Okay, let's see
Officers
here.
are also working, trying to find.
Now, the one girl said they were on
child
Walker.
who, shot the other
So
student.
Walker's on the
Actively
north side of the
searching
school.
for that child right now. They say it is a male juvenile suspect at this hour. So that is what
Male
we know
juvenile
here
suspect.
in the 11 o'clock
See, I
hour.
thought
This
was
happened
teen,
here
right?
around 9
All right,
this morning.
so
We're on the
9.
scene gathering details in several places. The Bonner Children's Hospital, the media staging area.
9.
Just a
Where did
block
this
away
go?
from where Brad is right now, and of course where Brad is in front of the school. We've had a chance to talk with a lot of frantic parents. Brad, you had one parent telling you they believe the boy was shot inside the school, possibly an 8th grader, but we haven't been able to nail down
Around
if this happened in a hallway or a
9
classroom.
a.m.
And John, that's one of the major questions we hope to find out in the next hour, presumably when we get that information at that staging center. After these buses leave, we hope to maybe get over there, obviously, ourselves. We have another crew there, but just so we can continue this live coverage with additional information. But again, the buses are about to roll out any second now.
All right, when the buses get out there, we know everybody's safe.
Step out, John, and we're going to get these buses leaving right now.
Okay, good,
Yeah,
good.
I'm gonna keep
All right, so everybody's safe, it looks like, for now. Still looking for the guy, the kid, the juvenile, the teen. We've heard all that. Oh, hey, if this is going to end, please give me a subscribe. If anybody gets onto this.
The morning. This is not a normal pickup or drop off time.
I forgot to say that this whole time.
Children unexpectedly leaving their school in the middle of the day at this K-8 school with hundreds of children.
School shooting, yeah,
They should be
okay.
learning right now. Instead, they're riding on a school bus to an undetermined location. We think we know where
They should be learning right now. They should be getting ready for lunch, man.
A staging area because a shooting.
Okay,
happened.
so
What we've been
I don't know
told
if
inside
where everybody's from, anybody on right now, listen to this. Walker is
was it the hallway, a common area?
trying to see here. So it goes down into.
But here are the buses rolling out right now, John.
So okay, first of all, they're like one block, maybe a block and a half from I-240.
Pretty much about 2 hours after this shooting happened. As several buses
And Walker goes all the way down. It ends on South 3rd Street. Now, South 3rd Street, if I'm not mistaken,
2 hours ago, according to witnesses,
is where Chandler's, yeah, there it is. Not Chandler's. Golly, what's wrong with me? Interstate Barbecue is. Now, let's Willie B. Smokehouse. That looks good.
There's now the question of what's next? How can the school improve security? How can the school
What's this? That's the
do
interstate.
things better? What security measures are
Mid-South South Liquor, Taco Bell, KFC.
child was shot. How did that weapon get inside the school? A lot of
Catherine
questions
D's.
of how to improve the situation.
Yeah, so
security-wise, and
you're not far from Interstate.
a big review. Not
And that's
only
totally where I'd be
at
going
the school,
after this.
but system-wide, district-wide, of how to improve the safety of students.
Oh, geez, what a mess.
Again,
So
apparently
I-40 still
happened,
closed down there, it looks like.
inside the school. A student shot, again, in critical condition at Le Bonheur Children's Hospital. John?
All right, our Brad Broder is on the scene for us, reporting live there. Brad, thank you for that update. And again, you've heard Brad talking with several parents since our live coverage began here about 45 minutes ago. A lot of parents are very frantic, and it's easy to understand why. A lot of parents have a lot of questions, and it's also easy to understand why, especially when something like this happened. We talked with one of the parents, Brad did. This parent told Brad, according to her daughter inside the school, the boy was shot in the school. We're still trying to nail down if it was a classroom or a hallway. Now, this parent also shed light on possible security concerns inside the school building, saying that students walk through metal detectors on the way into school. But if they're late, she said that she has witnessed where that is not the case. The students don't walk through the metal detector. So that's certainly one of the questions.
I'm trying to get an idea of more about Walker Avenue here.
As soon as we get a chance to talk with them. All right, let's set the scene.
I mean, this end of Memphis, I'm trying to think, the worst zip code in Tennessee
Cummings Elementary. This is near Cummings and Walker.
is north
away from Lemoyne Owen College.
of this.
This is a K-8 optional school that has about 495 students. And as you can see, they were moving many of those kids away from that staging area to the school buses. We also have our team at Le Bonheur Children's Hospital working to gather information for us there. As we have learned that that student who was shot was taken there and is currently in critical condition. We also have a member of the ABC 24 team at the media staging area where police are about a block away from where you're seeing this all play out. That is near Somerville and Walker Streets there. All right. Meteorologist Chelsea Chandler continues our team coverage. Chelsea, as we have seen, police have a lot of area in front of the school blocked off, and it's creating some travel issues in that direction.
It's definitely going to cause some issues the later in the morning we get. We're about to get into the lunch hour, but right now, just so you can see perspective,
yeah, you are.
That is, it is just outside of the 240-40 loop, again, in the South Memphis area. So we'll zoom in so you can see exactly what we're talking about. There's Walker, and then we zoom in a little closer. You can see exactly where it's closed, where the police presence is between College Street and Cummings. I do imagine they will probably expand that as they continue their investigation. As far as alternate routes, places that you may want to use, because obviously you're not going to be able to go through this area. You're going to want to give emergency responders and those detectives the right of way there. You're going to have different options. Macklemore is a good one.
Let's see here.
Another good one. If you went to the east, you could use, again, you've got Bellevue. So there are different options. But again, this is going to be the area that we want to avoid the most because, again, this is exactly where police presence
That's crazy. Okay.
between College Street and
all right, so this
Walker.
is...
It is closed. And it is obviously big enough a deal. I mean, John mentioned
I don't know.
traffic system, which
okay, they're doing the traffic now on this. So we got, again, it still is the juveniles, the teens, the two things they've said. The shooter, they're looking for him. The manhunt's going on for him.
All right, Chelsea, thank you. We know that this is at least the second school shooting in Tennessee.
Student was shot.
According to records here from our news team, as we gather information about what's happening here, we know that back in April, a teen was shot and killed by police at a Knoxville.
That's what I was talking about earlier.
High school, but it counts. And so here we are again.
Okay, so the one in Knoxville that I was talking about earlier, that's where the mother said that her daughter had texted her and said, "Mama, come get me." There's been a shooting. And said, the problem is the security. The kids go into the school. There's security. There's metal detectors when they go in, but there's nothing once they get past the
just to update
metal detectors. Excuse me. Once you get past the metal detectors, okay. I'm sorry. So you get past the metal detectors. Problem is that once school begins, so if a student's late for school, late for classes, they don't get screened, is what this mother was saying. I don't know, one way or the other.
Apparently there's an update. We have another crew at a staging location right now. More buses are leaving, as you can see right now behind me. More buses heading off College Street, Walker Avenue to that staging area. Hundreds of students are on probably a dozen buses right now. The first of those buses started.
This guy's mic absolutely sucks.
Staging area. We have a crew at that staging area.
I've switched over to different ones and everything, and he still is just, it's awful.
And fluid situation happening here. We have teams throughout other places as more information is being provided. But with my eyes and ears right now on the scene, I can tell you buses are leaving, going to that staging area, John.
All right, Brad Broder is live for us in front of the school. We can tell you that right now Shelby County Schools is updating us on what is going on there. We have a member of our team there working to gather details. We'll bring you that here just as soon as we get it. But again, if you are just joining us here on ABC 24 at 11 o'clock, urgent breaking news that we're following for you after a child was shot at Cummings Elementary, rushed to Lavana in critical condition at this point. We have members of our team in multiple spots all over the city working to gather details on this for you. Let's get an update from ABC 24's Brittany Moncrief, if we can. Brittany, I know you're just getting to Lavana. What have you learned?
And now I can't figure out where my windows are.
Brittany, if you can hear us, I know you're just getting to Lavana. What can you tell us right now?
That's right, John. We got to Lavana probably about a few minutes ago, and when we arrived here at Lavana Children's Hospital, right outside the emergency entrance, we saw about 4 police vehicles parked outside and also an ambulance truck. Now, right now, there hasn't been much activity coming in and out of the hospital, but again, like I said, there are those 4 vehicles that have been parked there, police vehicles with their lights on. And just to give a little quick recap again, this shooting happened just shortly after 9 o'clock this morning on Cummings, or 1037 Cummings. That's right near Cummings Elementary, and we're told that when police arrived on the scene at that location, they
I can't find my stupid
who was shot and was transported here to Lavana Children's Hospital in critical condition. Now, as of right now, we don't know if as of right now, there hasn't been any other injuries reported and no arrests made, but we'll be sure to stay here.
I can't find my stupid window
as we learn more about this shooting. In the Memphis Medical District, Brittany Moncrief reporting.
Brittany, thank you for that update. Let's share what we know right now here in the 11 o'clock hour. This all went down around 9:15 this morning, according to police at Cummings Elementary. We, again, just
good.
Brittany have learned that one shooting victim was taken to Lavana Children's Hospital. We have learned that students and faculty members are being taken to what was a staging area. Then they were put on school buses. We're working to nail down where they're being taken in the meantime. What we've been able to confirm at this point is that the shooter is a student at the school and that a 13-year-old was shot. And that kind of backs up to what a parent was telling us when we checked in with Brad about 20 minutes ago. I believe the boy was in 8th grade simply because her daughter, who is an 8th grader, learned about the shooting so quickly. We're still trying to nail down if the shooting happened in the
that's what she said.
Hallway. Officers, again, trying to nail down that student shooter, trying to find where he is this midday. All right, let's check back in with ABC 24's Brad.
All right, so right now it looks like
I'm so sorry. I thought we had Brad. We do not have Brad at this point. He is on the ground gathering information for us. Let's check in with Chelsea if we can. She's in the traffic center, keeping her eye on the situation there. Chelsea, what can you tell us?
Yeah, I was just trying to give you another perspective. Let's start from the beginning so you know exactly where this situation is. Again, in the heart of South Memphis, this is Walker Avenue, where it is shut down between Cummings and College Street. So that is exactly where the school itself is. You can actually see it if you can see my mouse circling that school. Just
the teenager, what's that called?
Signal. So again, between College Street and Cummings Street, that is where we have the actual incident itself. Now that we know where the staging area is, that's going to be just a little bit further east. So
see, there you go.
Over there, that's going to be at Somerville.
All right,
that's
put that there, and
Street. So just on the
show
other
that.
Side of the interstate.
All right.
So you're going to imagine that's going to be.
I'm going to time out here because it's been an hour on this, and it's not an ongoing event. The kids are out safe. Everybody's safe now. The school's emptied. Kids are out at the I think it's Memorial Church. They said to come pick up your kids. We are. And they're still looking for the suspect. Which I don't know. It was raining in Memphis. I mean, everybody wears a hoodie nowadays, right? So they're still looking for him. But right now, the situation is under control. The child has been shot.
All right, Joseph, we just got new information.
hang on,
Again, we
hang on.
have our team everywhere, and they are getting us new information from Shelby County Schools. They just wrapped up a news conference moments ago.
Why didn't we go to that?
They are telling us, again, that 13-year-old student was shot. The suspect was a student, is now in police custody.
Oh, suspect found.
Now, what we've learned is that the student apparently fired the shot, then took off in an unknown vehicle and left the school. Well, now police telling us, and the Shelby County Schools telling us, that that student is now in police custody. Officers, as you could see, a number of them on the scene outside the school.
Awesome.
They conducted a search inside the school to make
Awesome.
sure that everyone was okay. Also trying to nail down the suspect before he turned himself in. They evacuated the school and search for any other victims inside the building. Again, all we have learned at this point is that it's just the one student who was shot, and they're
Awesome.
currently at LeBonner in critical condition. As we
Awesome,
learned
awesome,
from,
awesome.
ABC 24's Brittany Moncrief. We have talked with a number of parents on the scene.
All right, so that's how it is. Suspect's been found. The student that was shot is in the hospital right now, the Children's Hospital, and
take a listen to what one parent told.
there's nothing else. The situation is secure. These students are out of there. I love this grandma.
It's a sad situation.
We had a parent say that what we need to do is we need to bring prayer back in school. They just kept repeating it.
They don't deserve. They need to do these schools. They really do.
So anyway, oh, here it is. I love this.
Told me it was a little boy.
This lady back here is the one to the right.
Said, "Mama, come and get me."
Was the one
And
champion
that mother,
prayer.
you see here on the screen, it was that mom who told us when we talked with her that she believed the boy was a possible 8th grader, age 13. He could be in 7th or 8th grade, but certainly in the upper level of that elementary school kind of group.
That's it for now. Man, we made it into another one. Prayers for the kid in the hospital right now, though, guys. Whoops. Well, I paused it. That's fine. Prayers for the kid in the hospital. Yes, a 13-year-old was shot. They found a 13-year-old came in that goes to the school, pulled the trigger and took off running, jumped in a car that was waiting on him outside. One of the mothers said that the problem with the school is that they have security. They have metal detectors, but she thinks that what happens is that after school starts, there's nobody there working the metal detectors, so a kid can walk in then. This happened. There's a shooting in Knoxville, Tennessee in April. Something similar happened. A student left. He'd been involved in a domestic abuse thing while at school. He beat his girlfriend. It was horrible. There's video of that one and everything. The security cameras have it. Then she went home. She told her mom. They called the police. The police showed up and they got into a altercation in the bathroom, and they ended up shooting the student. The police did. The video camera showed that he left to get a gun, and when he came back, there was a friend waiting for him by the door, a side entrance door, and let him in. So the door was locked, and the kid opened it up to let his buddy in with the gun. So this just reminds me of that. But anyway, it was like I said, the mother said that there's security there. There's metal detectors, but after school starts, she was pretty sure they don't have anybody operating the metal detectors. So kid came in, shot a kid, or just according to the press conference from the superintendents of schools, was that came in, pulled the trigger, shot, and took off running. They didn't talk about it as being an aimed, like it was like a targeted type thing. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. It's still trying to get information, obviously. Then there was a search for the student for like 2-3 hours now, and they found him. They got him. He went out. There's a car waiting for him outside, and he jumps in it and takes off. And now he has been turned in, and so we have this shooter in custody. One student that was shot, the victim, is at the Children's Hospital. Prayers for him, please. That's what that's what these ladies they interviewed, that's what they asked for. We're going to honor their wishes. And other than that, guys, that's all we got for now. So y'all be good to each other. Hug somebody today. It's okay to hug people. All right. If it's a stranger, you might want to ask first. But spread the love around. All right. Let's not we've gone too far, man. We gotta knock it off. Stop the machine from controlling us. But love you guys. Give me a like, subscribe. I really need subscriptions. I'm trying to grow here. Again, like I say, man, this channel is gonna be your channel. So till next time, be safe and peace.